What is the hardest part about being a prepper? One might say it's buying all the gear, food storage, water purification, and fire starting techniques, or learning and developing important survival skills. All these things are important to a degree. When people think about preppers, they usually think of a young, athletic, energetic person. The typical prepper is someone who can swing an axe and carry a heavy bug-out bag for days in full tactical gear. Maybe this is you. Or maybe you started prepping in your late 30s 25 years ago and kept up on your fitness. In one prepper website survey, 45.4% of respondents said they were 60 or older. Out of that number, 25.9% were 65 or older. When you consider many of the articles, videos, and podcasts out there, and I see a lot of them, I don't believe the preparedness community is considering the age of many of those who prep or who desire to prep. But again, we come to the fact that many older preppers are dealing with some challenges. Older preppers need to consider their physical ability. As we age, it's hard to imagine ourselves not being able to do the same physical activity that we used to do when we were younger. If our minds are intact, we tend to think that we are more physically fit than we truly are. One of the things that older preppers need to do is to admit that they can't physically do everything they used to. This is important because it starts to take some normal prepper activities off the table, like building or carrying a heavy bug-out bag. If an older prepper can't physically carry a pack on their back and walk, if the bug-out required it, then that shouldn't be part of their plan. Should they have a plan for bugging out if they needed to? Yes. But it shouldn't include a heavy bug-out bag. Another challenge that faces seasoned preppers is that many times they feel alone and isolated from others. Another reason older preppers feel isolated is that they might feel like no one cares or like they have nothing to offer. They slowly drift away from the friends and communities that they knew so well into a type of hermit lifestyle. Again, this happens slowly, over time. By the time they know it, they feel alone with no contacts out in the world. It becomes easier to sit on their comfy chair and watch TV all day. One of the hardest parts about prepping is aging out of your physical abilities that you once had a younger survivalist. Older preppers might be disabled or have medical conditions that make it hard to prep. Besides dealing with the fact that their physical ability might not be what it used to be, an older prepper might be dealing with a disability or a medical condition. Some seasoned preppers are dealing with a disability or medical condition that makes prepping twice as hard. It can be something that causes them to not be able to walk for long periods, to needing a machine to breathe. This causes the preps that are necessary to go to a whole new level. To add insult to injury, older preppers know how fragile our economy is. As they see prices go up and the power of their dollar go down, they live with the realization that there isn't going to be a raise or that they will ever be able to have more money than they need. They wind up looking for ways to save a buck here and there and cut back on expenses, sometimes things that they need. The advantage that a seasoned prepper has over a younger prepper is wisdom and experience in life. Older preppers have years of life experience under their belts. They have seen things. Older generations were educated differently than kids are today. They are the sons and daughters of those who went through the Great Depression and were more than likely raised with less than kids nowadays. A seasoned prepper's mind is one of their most powerful resources.